With Reveal, it's very straightforward to create visualizations with a simple drag and drop. If I edit my dashboard and I edit this visualization, you can see that I have my month label, my values, which are just fields from my data source here on the left-hand side. On my values, I can do any type of formatting. So in this case, I'm showing revenue per month. I'm doing a sum aggregation. You have a few options here. And I am setting this to a currency data type. And I'm also using large number formatting so I don't repeat all of the zeros on these large whole numbers. But what if I want to do a cumulative view of this same data? So instead of the data values by month, I want this to increase and show me how much revenue I'm going to have by the end of this time period by the salesperson that I happen to be filtered on. And this will give me a view of really how much revenue this salesperson has contributed over the lifetime of my data. So let's go ahead and create a calculated field to do this. There are two types of calculated fields in Reveal: a pre-aggregate calculated field, which means if you add a calculated field from this button, we will attempt to include that as part of your query that executes in the data source. So that will happen in that super fast, high performance way in your data source. A post-aggregate calculated field happens with the aggregate data that is already in the visualization. And this is usually very high performance as well, because the way Reveal works is we're only returning the data that's necessary to render the chart. To create this cumulative field, the first thing we need to do is give our new calculated field a field name. I'm going to call this cumulative data, and I'm going to need that in my function. So I'm going to copy this and click done. The function that we're going to use is the previous function. And the way the previous function works is it will return the result of an expression evaluated in the previous row. What we want to do is pass it a value and then add a new value to that. And we can also add an increment value or a first value. Let's go ahead and see how this is going to work. What I need is my expression. What is my expression? Well, my expression is actually the cumulative data. The cumulative data is going to be that information from the previous row that I need to add something to. What do I want to add to it? Well, I don't want to add anything by default or another field value. I want to add 0. Then I want to increment it by the sum for the current row. So that sum of total extended price would be the current row. And you'll see here that I'm getting a little error. The way that field names work in functions for Reveal is you do need brackets around them. Let's go ahead and add our brackets. And our error goes away. So we have our cumulative data, and I'm incrementing that by the sum of total extended price in the current row. So this is the previous row, this is the current row, and then I will have new values. If we go ahead and create this field, when we look at this, each column value is increasing. So for July, my cumulative data is 34,917, which is the 28,442 from June, plus the total extended price of around $6,500. But let's clean this up a little bit. Obviously, here we have two values. I only want one value, but I still need my total extended price. I'm just going to uncheck the visibility there. I'm going to update that field, and on cumulative data, I am going to change this to a currency, and I'll update to auto on large number formatting. And we will update this field, and now we have a really nice looking chart with increasing values every month. I'll check the box, minimize this, and check the box again, and now that visualization is saved. So with a simple calculated field, you can build cumulative data insights with Reveal.